So I'm going to be recording this additional video since we know how to create a virtual machine from scratch. We should probably also talk about appliances a little bit. So imagine an appliance just like an oven or a refrigerator, and instead of building everything piece by piece, you're building your handle, you're building your doors, you're building the cooling system. A VirtualBox appliance, you actually just buy the entire thing all at once, or you download the entire thing all at once. Everything's already pre-built and pre-configured for you, so you don't really have to do a ton of tweaking. You really just import it into the VirtualBox manager. So we're here on Kali.org because of course we're going to need some kind of attacking machine. And we're just going to go back to the home page real quick. And we'll download. And then you actually see there's a lot of different options as far as Kali Linux goes. You have Kali Linux for ARM processors and bare metal, mobile and Windows subsystem for Linux. And then you also have, of course, virtual machines at the top of the page, which is recommended. You can click on that, and then you'll see you have two different options. You can either download an appliance for VMware or VirtualBox specifically in either the 64-bit or 32-bit flavor. Of course, for this demonstration, we're going to go with VirtualBox 64 and just click on the download button and save the file, and then it'll just take a couple of minutes for this download to complete. Alright, so at this point in time, we've downloaded our Kali Linux appliance. The way we would import it now is we would actually just go back up to File, and instead of creating a new machine entirely, we would just import the appliance. So go ahead and click on Import Appliance. We'll check on the source, which is local file system, although there is a different option if you want to pull the image down from Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, but we're not going to be covering that in this material. Underneath that, you have the option to choose your file path. So you can go ahead and click on that icon, and we'll just navigate to our downloads like we did before, and you'll see there is a .ova file in our downloads folder, which is the appliance we just downloaded. So a little bit different than the .iso file that we had earlier. .ova are going to be your VirtualBox appliances. So you can click on that, click on Next, and then you'll see everything is already kind of pre-configured. You have the product and URL, you have the operating system type, you have the CPU, which I'm going to bump up to 4 virtual cores in this case. RAM, we're going to increase as well. But as far as DVD drive or simulated DVD drive and USB controllers, everything else is already there. We really just have to click on Import. And we click on Agree to accept the licensing. And now the image will import. It may take a couple minutes to import the image and actually build it, depending on how fast your computer is and how large the operating system itself is. So just be patient, it's going to take a few minutes to run. So our virtual appliance has just finished importing. There are no prompts letting you know that it was successful or not. It just kind of ends unless you see a failure otherwise. And you'll notice highlighted on screen on the left-hand side, we have our Kali Linux 2021 for a VirtualBox AMD 64. And it's ready to go. We can actually just double-click on this machine, and you'll see that Kali immediately starts booting up. And just like we had our Ubuntu machine built on our own, we now have our Kali box loading. It'll just take a second to get going. Okay, and now we have a login screen, and I believe the default credentials are still root and Tor to let us in. Actually, default credentials are Kali. Alright, and you'll see we have a very fresh version of Kali Linux installed on a virtual machine appliance. We didn't have to go through any additional steps to really set it up or configure the operating system. It's already set for us and ready to go. One extra bonus is that, as you see on the screen, the virtual machine extensions are already installed, so we can actually just do a little bit more in terms of resizing the windows and having shared folders and the additional features that VirtualBox makes use of with the guest add-ons, as opposed to us manually installing them. And now you have a nice, clean, ready to go attacking operating system to launch against your Ubuntu machine.